Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Deepak Niyal. So let's revise what we have discussed till now. We have discussed how to define a class and create its objects. Then we discussed how we can access private data members using member functions. And declaring these members or data members as private is called data hiding, which is result of encapsulation. And what is encapsulation? It is wrapping up of data and method inside a class. And in this way we can make these data members as private. Then there is the second key concept of the object-oriented programming system, and that is abstraction, which is hiding the complexity of system from user. And in which way we can achieve this thing in our program? We are not going to expose our definition of method to the end user. In that way, we will provide abstraction, and user will never know how the function is implemented. So next topic we are going to discuss in this tutorial or lecture is understanding constructor in C++. So what is a constructor? It is used to initialize data members of an object. I will make different points for this. It is used to initialize data members of an object when an object is created. So as soon as an object is created, we initialize the data members using constructor. Second thing, when it is called implicitly every time object is created. And we have seen where the object is created. Suppose I am here, so here constructor will be called. And where is the constructor? We can't see the constructor, right? There is no constructor in our class. So by default there is one constructor in every class. And how we can identify this constructor? Its name is same as class name. So in our example, constructor's name should be student. It is a special kind of function. So how I am going to write constructor? In this way. Let's come down. I'll write one more point about it. Generally it is made public, so I will include it with the functions here. Student parenthesis, because it is like a function. And one thing you will notice here, that as in display information I am writing a data return type, that is void, but in constructor I am not writing any data type. So 7th point is there is no return type for constructor. Not even void. You can't even mention the void as data type. So there is a concept of default constructor. If you don't write this constructor here, this kind of constructor will be provided by C++ automatically, and you don't need to write this constructor here. So default constructor is, or default constructor can be made in two way. One is implicit, which is provided by C++, and another is explicit, which I have defined here. So this is explicit constructor. So what I can do, as soon as this constructor is called, I can set the age variable to some value, maybe 20, or maybe 10 by default value. So for every object, if I don't call this, for every object, if I don't call this set age function, or if I don't pass any value, so this display information should give us age equal to 20 for any object we declare or any object we define. So let's compile this program and try to see what happens. So student age is 10 because we have not set the age, and constructor will automatically, and either automatically or as we have told the constructor to set the age 10. So this set the age to some predefined value as we are giving. If we would not have given this value age equal to 10, then it would have been a garbage value, and this is garbage value. So what is the benefit of constructor? It initialize the variables, or it initialize the variable of a object to some value, right? So one thing I want to discuss this fourth point. Its name is same as class name. So why we are giving the name same as class name? Because it should look different from other functions, as it is looking like a function, but we are giving this name because we want to say that this is constructor and has different than other functions. One thing I can do, as I have a set function here, I can also call set age equal to, or set age 10. So let us suppose this is first way and this is second way. So what we can assume, say about these two statements? Which way is better? I will comment here. If I say is this better, then second. Answer is no. This way is better than first. Question? Yes. Why? So this thing we will be discussing in our next lecture, why this function calling is better than this first one. So guys, this is all about constructor for this lecture. If you have any doubt, please put it in the comments, or you can mail me at theeasyconcepts@gmail.com. Thank you so much.